Hey, look! I finally got the last one, screen to appear. Hooray! Oh, I missed the lounge music. It's so good. But, it's a little hard to see, but, there's Akihiko in front. He doesn't look anything like Akihiko before, but whatever. I say he's trying to look like a cool guy. See, the C's people that are in this, look fucking ridiculous. Akihiko doesn't have a shirt now, and he has a hoodie for a cape. Mitsuru walks around in a skin-tight bodysuit and a white fur coat thing. And for a little bit, I guess has like a black trench coat thing, but she ditches that pretty quickly. And, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I gotta remember how to continue, actually. Let's see. Bookmark. Okay, that one.
I wish you good luck.
So we're gonna start off with a fight. If you remember last time, we ran to Yukiko and, yeah. Oh boy. Oh, Yukiko, I really don't want to do this. Please forgive me. I'll try to go easy on you. I'm gonna go easy on you, though. Ow. Sorry, darling. Ow. Sorry, darling. But I have to move on.
The victor was no surprise.
Nah, I guess not, but still. Sorry, taking a drink. Excuse me. Alright, moving on. But I know these fights are going to be particularly hard, except for the last one. Well, something like that.
What an utter thrashing!
Fuck you, bitch.
I love all this animosity!
Animosity. Shut up, Teddy.
Cocky, self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other. That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
You're a fucking dick. I don't know what's gotten into you, but yeah. I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I know now that there's no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise have been affected just like Yosuke and Yukiko had. If they are, then there's no use trying to talk them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway?
Yeah, seriously.
These guys are friends. What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
It's not. Miss President vents her frustration at Teddy's image on the monitor, but I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl with such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the student body of Yasogami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright.
This is ridiculous. She's still worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest. But her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part.
Yeah, bitch!
I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
The best kind.
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives.
Well, hang on, I'm not willing to go that far.
But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
You're so dead, bear. Let's make the bear disappear. Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be faking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
Oh, good. I immediately rushed to Yukiko's side. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
I really couldn't.
No, it's okay. You aren't your usual self. But I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on.
Thank you, you got it.
I'm sorry, too. Did I hurt you?
Oh,
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I don't want to be set on fire. I try to pass it off as a joke, and we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. Now, Yosuke was a little slower on the uptake. Yukiko caught on pretty quickly. It's becoming clear now.
Hey, did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Oh, damn, not me. But, Yukiko hesitates, as if remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way of getting us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
Huh? You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
Oh, I want to tell her so bad.
You sure you want to know?
Yes. If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us.
What kind of people are you?
The weirdest. No, seriously, there's no getting around it. We are pretty fucking weird.
Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that had just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other and fill in the parts that I'd left out of my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful when I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen her personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasogami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
The school came from me? That's a lot to swallow. I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
Yeah. Maybe they haven't appeared, well, Things are kind of weird, and we did get split up. That's right. I had doubts about that, too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and being able to protect themselves from the shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people that they came from and will try to harm them to try and become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seemed so energetic, but it's still possible that this has happened to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come to a conclusion.
Teddy, who's hosting this tournament, what if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
That's a little far-fetched, but
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. Fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
she's so quiet. That's right. If we both saw an illusion, then at the very least the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear us say and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use the power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances, but this is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows in another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she seems troubled at the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadow aren't her fault, but Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room.
Okay, I'm gonna go too.
That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if you came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. As student body president, I can't let this go.
I like her accent, by the way. They pass it off as a Kansai accent, which is a thing, the Kansai prefecture, but it sounds nothing like this. I wouldn't know a Kansai. Oh god, I just forgot what it was called. A Kansai accent from a normal Japanese accent, but I guess they would.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
You need to calm down.
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
Yeah, about that,
Well...
yeah. Her eyes are filled with the fires of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of her duties say that she will never back down.
Your little cousin's in the announcement room. And you're gonna go save her, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight.
Really? Cool.
Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No. Don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Yeah. Miss President declares that this in a voice that brooks no argument. Brooks? And takes off running. Yikes, I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how fast she can run. If I'm going to go after her, I'll need to go at once, or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yes, ma'am. Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off to die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her alone and tells me to follow a girl whom she'd only just met. This is the exact opposite of the behavior she'd been displaying before the fight. Now this is the Yukiko Amagi I know. I'm ashamed that I had even slightly let myself be confused by the way I had heard her speak before, and I answer her. I'll come back for you no matter what.
I believe in you.
Yeah. Of course we'll come back. Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and I begin running as fast as I can. Now they offer a lot of choices in a Soji scenario, but I don't think any of them actually matter. One might eventually, but yeah. Other story modes have some choices too, and some of them lead to gag endings. So I don't think any of the three I'm playing have gag endings, but not entirely sure. Yukiko nods at me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely, on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate, because the invisible walls are everywhere, but the announcement room is upstairs. That obviously limits the paths that she can take. I will catch up with her, no matter what. Good grief. God damn, give me a bookmark! I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her will be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think, but when I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness, and I close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. When she sees that I've noticed her, she speaks, as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered.
I am.
But time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely pointed this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I had figured out a few things about this room, but it seems that there's still more for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth.
Cool, that's something anyway.
There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate.
Oh?
You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial.
I didn't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just said.
Everyone sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Ah. Margaret smiles mischievously and nods toward me. Oh, well, see you later, I guess. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to the otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be. But for some reason, my mind is cleared up a bit. Yay! God, this is so long. I think his is like 20 parts. No, it's like 19. And I can almost swear that Yukiko's was longer. I don't remember. If I went back to the old video, I'd be able to my first video where I'd be able to see what number was beforehand, but oh well. What are you gonna do? In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature. Her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Here, take this with you. Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
Oh, thank you. This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody.
I'm gonna beat your ass and then hoist you over my shoulder.
This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
Okie dokie. I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger. But she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
It's tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh?
Yeah. Except for
sorry.
Yosuke.
You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would.
Sure, except for Yosuke.
But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight? Or
Oh.
you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe.
Yeah, probably both.
I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
You gotta figure out some way to not do it. Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes downward again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? I felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly, it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race to my head while we walk down the hallway. Ow, my face!
What are you doing?
I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Oh. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
Damn it.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Yeah. Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into. So, that must be the case. As I had imagined, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. Uh-oh. The entrance leading into the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps worst of all is the wall that I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same can be said to the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall is formed, where I had just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. If I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
Hey! Go fuck yourself.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you got peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Your mom is peevish. I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay. So who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends?
Yeah!
Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
Oh boy. I wonder who this is going to be. The general doesn't pick up on my intention, and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see? 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then, the only one that might actually put up a fight.
They're the last of us, after all.
Physically speaking,
Yeah.
anyway.
I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko, too. But, as they say, the third time's a charm. I have to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decided the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
Yeah, I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I have to keep killing over and over, all because of you humans!
Beep? Chie turned her raw boot. Now this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant, her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh right, carnivore, was it? This president is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? This president was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts.
Oh boy, this is creepy.
I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
Oh boy, she's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? Jeez. No, now's not the time for this. Chie is gonna try and beat my ass. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between us.
Let's do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rise's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage.
How? She's got shoes, I've got a sword!
Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time?
Listen here, you little whore.
Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
You are no Fuka. Fuka's the best. Yeah, you suck, poser. Alright, let's get this over with. We'll do this. We'll get to the... Well, we'll get to scene 11's bookmark, I guess. Whatever. And then call it quits. Oh boy. Chie is very popular online.
Behold,
No shit! God damn it!
where will they go from here?
Yep. Okay, that's... I wasn't planning on it going like that, but okay.
Has the battle been decided?
Nice try.
Yep.
The opponent's still standing.
Here, come on.
Nice try.
Oh shit. Nope. Not happening.
A round of applause for both sides.
So she did very little actual damage to me. I did way more temporary damage to myself than she did actual damage. Well, that went a lot better than I thought it would. And no, I'm not very good at fighting games. Eat me. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering that this is my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight. Good thing the first one I tried it on with Yosuke, he's probably still bleeding.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
No, you're not fun, jerkface. General Teddy has seen that the fight's ended without any injuries, and spits his words to the monitor. That's the way I get to him. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Bleh. Let him say whatever he wants. I follow the friends I came with into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe. And then we'll be able to go home. I walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. What kind of a dick I would say that? You're right.
Man, you're strong.
Whoops, I think so.
I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Well, I am the main hero. Don't be, don't be too hard on yourself. Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. Really? Yukiko's done the most damage to me so far. Hell, the first time I played through story mode, my first loss was against Yukiko. And I whipped Yosuke and Chie's ass. Anyway, I wait for Chie to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Oh?
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case.
You can join my harem if you choose.
Sure, I was
have
surprised
a
to
harem.
hear such
Just
weird
kidding.
stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me.
Yeah. And I had to go with the harem on Persona 3 because there's no choice if you want to complete social links. But at least in 4 you can just say no to people, so yeah.
Wait a sec. Who are you?
Eh? Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduced Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours?
Yeah?
That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
Derp! Go figure, Chie's the one that's paying attention to this stuff.
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name?
Yeah, what's your name? Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Ow. Kill one another. I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Whoa, okay, bad touch, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Did Chie say wolf? Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside.
Chie!
What power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way.
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change directions and lands at a full run.
Wow. Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
Probably a pretty bad one. I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask Chie if she'll be alright on her own, and she fires back. Let me worry about that. I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is heading as well, but if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room, and if Naoko is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think this is a dead end, and realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room, rather than let me go straight. This probably means I brace myself and put my hand on the door. Actually, let's see, can I... Okay, that'll work. I know what's about to happen next. I don't know if a bookmark's going to pop up, but just in case it doesn't, I'll stop it here, and we'll continue in just a second. So, catch you in a bit.